Welcome back to the Tech Talk series, and I'm here to assure you that this is going to be a very interesting episode. We have covered a good chunk of useful tech, so we're kind of nearing the end of the series. Today's episode is dedicated to a gimmick that turns boring miracle setups into the ones that are super fun to use. A gimmick that makes Dark Souls Remastered faith-built metagame stronger than in any other Souls game. We're talking about spell cancelling. First, let me clarify that you can cancel many different spells, and in this video I will teach you how to cancel all those fancy spells. But mainly, I want to focus on the useful stuff, as in the best setup or build for spell cancelling, which utilizes, as you could have guessed, Wrath of the Gods. But before we jump to the build and setup details, let's talk execution. What is spell cancelling and how it works? Well, it utilizes the same principle that we have covered in the very first episode of the series, the animation priority. Much like toggle escape that allows you to override the stagger animation, you can use a specific animation to cancel the spell casting process. In our case, it's the little pivot animation that gets the job done. You flick the stick back and get the pivot. It's very straightforward. If you do the pivot right after you start casting the spell or a miracle, it will override the casting animation and cancel it. Again, very simple. The difficulty of the process comes from the fact that every spell and miracle has a unique cancel window. A window when you can flick the stick to cancel the casting animation. On top of that, not every spell or miracle can be cancelled. In other words, make sure that the spell that you want to cancel is cancelable, then just start casting it and flick the stick for the pivot. If you do everything correctly, it will get cancelled. After just a few tries, you should get a good idea as to how big or small the cancellation window is. Once you get the feel for it, it becomes natural, allowing you to inject some cool-ass mind games into your game plan. Mind games, you may ask, and well, yes. In most cases, you should be cancelling the spell in order to bait a premature reaction out of your opponent and then punish it. Say you cancel the spell and your opponent does a forward roll, trying to get a better positioning to punish you. But since you're cancelling the spell, you're free of recovery, so you can get a good chance to punish them. Now, I should probably give you a full list of cancelable pyro shenanigans, spells, and miracles, but I'm not gonna do that. Instead, I will focus on two most useful examples. First up, we're gonna cover the Great Chaos Fireball. It is nowhere near as good as Wrath of the Gods for the cancelling setups, but it works. If you want my honest opinion, I don't think that it is that useful, but it is still probably the second best example for the tech. Anyway, yes, you can bait the reaction by cancelling it, or you can throw it under your feet. Thanks to the AoE lava effect, it can catch people in panic. The timing isn't very strict, it's pretty easy to figure how to cancel it, but it is more of a gimmick really. As I have said, it's not even close when it comes to its efficiency, compared to Wrath of the Gods, which is by far the best and the most legit thing with proper cancels. With spell cancelling, you can turn a basic Wrath of the Gods Faith setup into a fake 50-50 machine. I say fake because it is still technically reactable, but it is a lot more scary if you can cancel it. It is the same deal again, you cancel it to bait the reaction, and if they misroll it, you get a clean hit of Wrath of the Gods and a combo. It opens up some room for cool mind games, especially on Wake Up, since you have to be very precise with your rolls if they're trying to pressure you. Before the removal of dead angling, it was even stronger, because you could get around the shield and whatnot, but it is still as fun as it has ever been. I hope this video makes it popular again, because I am yet to see a non-veteran player cancel their Wrath of the Gods attempt, and it is a shame. It looks stylish, it is super functional, and it spices up the usual, boring, magic pyro miracle metagame nicely. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know, I'll do my best to answer them for you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.